Good to have you back. Let's bring you this now. People's mental health has taken quite a knock from multiple events. Just last week's social unrest, the impact of COVID-19 and excessive anxiety due to loss of livelihoods has left many on the edge. Lifeline South Africa National Counselling Service says it's receiving an increased number of calls, this because of these events, and it's appealing to the public to make use of its free counselling lessons which offer coping strategies. Let's speak now to its CEO, Mr. Molefi Takalo, who joins me now to talk more on this. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Takalo, and good morning to you. I understand that at this point you are inundated with calls just for support and counselling because of the unrest that happened last week. And if you think COVID-19 was enough, then this happened. I'm sure it just further exacerbated mental issues and mental health in this country. Take me through what you've been going through these past couple of days, if not weeks.
Okay, good morning, guys, and thanks to you for having us. Yeah, look, if perhaps I should just give you a bit of a background with regard to, the work that we do as an organization, so that the viewers can gain appreciation of the problem that we are sitting with as a country. It is true, the calls that we are getting, we work in an environment where we deal with mental health issues as well as emotional wellness issues. And currently, over the last days or few weeks or so, majority of the calls that we were receiving were in relation to people who are experiencing psychological abnormalities and emotional instabilities, as a result of the unrest that have been going on in different communities in the two provinces that you referred to earlier on. And it's basically, it usually varies from one person to the next, where people have lost livelihoods. Others have lost their loved ones, and like you said earlier on, we are currently still trying to find our way around the pandemic and the atrocities that came with it. But now suddenly, you are actually being dealt a double blow by the current sporadic eruption of this unrest in those communities. So. Yeah. It is a really serious mental tragedy and emotional tragedy as well for our communities.
Absolutely. And what should I do if I'm at home and I'm facing the very same problems, but unfortunately I do not have the means to get in touch with you as, an organization to offer me some counseling? I have a family to feed, I have children, and these social unrest definitely impacted me both financially and emotionally. What would your advice be to South Africans going through that right now?
I'll immediately advise South Africans to actually get on their phones and call us so that we can give them the psychosocial support services that we render as an organization. But equally, we are basically running a counseling center in Johannesburg, and we're doing telephonic counseling. So they can call us on the numbers. I'm sure you'll be showing on the numbers on the screen. But also, what our counselors are equipped with, we have what we call a resources list. If people are calling and they are actually experiencing problem, like you said, they've lost the means to support their families and all of that, our counselors will know exactly. When they call, they can get referred to companies and organizations throughout the country that can assist them with all material assistance which people will be expecting from us. So if they can call us, look, our services are much more easier because they come for free. You can call without even using a single cent, and you get assisted there. And you do that in the privacy of your own home, right, and at your own convenience as well. Yeah.
Please share those numbers with us, Mr. Takalo. I can see them, I think, behind you on your banner. But please just share them with us once more.
Yeah, they can call the toll-free numbers because we're running 3 different lines. The one toll-free number is 0800 0123 22. 0800 0123 22. There's another one which is 0800 150 150. 0800 150 150. And then there's a shared call which is 0861 number 322 322. So they can call any of those numbers. Our counsellors would know where to refer them where necessary.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the unrest, which I'm sure you've been following as well within the media, we've seen government sort of keep us up to date with the unfortunate increasing number of deaths due to the unrest. Could be because of just chaos and shooting between either members of the SAPS and those who are protesting, or perhaps the stampedes that we've seen as well. Have you received calls of anyone being suicidal, anyone threatening to take their own life?
Yes, we have. Our councillors are receiving similar calls. Remember, Tumelo, we, under normal circumstances, and I'm talking about the new normal now, I'm not talking about what happened prior to the pandemic. We receive, that's actually our daily life. We receive anything between average 1,200 calls a day to about 1,600. So it's what we get. But with regard to the unrest, we are getting people because there's a family, for instance, if I can just quickly make an example. There's a family that actually called, and apparently these are the people that lost just about everything. You know, they lost businesses, they lost their loved ones due to the pandemic, and suddenly now the family is trying to pick up some pieces and rebuilding their lives, and suddenly they got hit by the unrest. So, you know, what was left of it is basically nothing, and people are thinking of taking their own lives because they can't honestly figure out exactly how they're going to survive this life beyond this unrest.
Yeah, well, of course, it's a pleasure talking to you. I think it's important information sharing there that there is help, there is counselling, there is support. So if any South African feels that they need, of course, to make a call, Lifeline, South African National Counselling Services, is available. And thank you so much to its CEO, Mr. Molefi Takalo, for speaking to me.